Alright, so this morning I'm making this matcha evergreen by DIARIES. It's a place I love to go to in Geneva. It's very well sourced matcha, and they have all sorts of different teas, and I have to say their matcha is really incredible. So how I like to proceed is I use one little spoon, then I have my chazen that I got from, I cannot remember the name, but I'll put it up there. And of course I use a sifter, so I sift my matcha at all times. You don't want it to have clumps or anything like that. I do maybe like a large spoon. I like to sift it. There we go. Now I'm just going to pour a bit of water. It has to be boiling hot. Just enough to whisk it properly. Using my chazen. And now I whisk for maybe 30 seconds, but very fast and controlled. It has to be quite firm on the grip, and then you want it to get to that foamy, very silky texture. There we go. It doesn't take much. Now I'm going to do a matcha latte. I'll add a bit more water just because I like mine quite green and less milky. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to pour our matcha into a glass. I have 1 tall tumbler, and I like to add maybe 2 to 3 ice cubes. I'll do these two, pour my milk. This is oat milk. I add maybe this much. Let's add a little bit more, like this. And then, here we go, I just pour my matcha right away. I'm just going to do it over the sink, just because I don't have a chawan with a little spout, so I'm afraid this will kind of drip down. Here we go. And to finish, I add 1 last ice cube. And then I have these clear straws that I really like. I'm testing out these Sony Gate mics. Can you hear me? Opening my fridge now. Oops. Sorry. I think I might make artichoke for lunch. Sounds about what I want. And it's also in season. With the leftover of the tartare I have. Anyways. Alright, so I wanted to show you this one book that I picked back up from my parents. It's one of my favorite designer books. It's Sacai A to Z by Chitose Abe, the designer behind Sacai. I think, the editions are Rizzoli. I've always loved this designer. She's very special to me. The first time I discovered her was during my studies. I studied fashion design, and I had to do a sort of presentation analysis on one of her garments, and she is known to really juxtapose or put together different styles in one kind of silhouette. So you'll have, like, for instance, a biker style that she will kind of put in conjunction with very military garments such as trench coats, or for instance here, these are very iconic silhouettes. So you have a very feminine kind of tail coat here with kind of a biker kind of vest intertwined within this silhouette. It is obviously not everyone's cup of tea, but I think that she created such unique silhouettes. I love this last kind of story here at the end, 0. This is the story of her illustrated through kind of an anime, a manga story here. Obviously you read it, actually they make you read it from left to right, but obviously you would read it right to left. She already had a daughter when she started, and she went to present her collections, her first kind of collection in Paris, and that's kind of where it started. But I love this little pocket of story from her life. But yeah, I really recommend that you check her designs. For me, obviously, I'm very attracted to these sort of scrapbooks, obviously, like how everything kind of starts together, you know, the fabric samples and the trims and whatnot that are used to build a collection. And her sketches are also very special. I love the simplicity of it. I think there's nothing too complex about them, but they just, they are straight to the point, and you could almost say they're simplistic, but I think this is kind of where it is, and that allows her to build so many different styles within her illustrations. But this is a very special book. This end kind of interviews with this kind of tells you the era of this book, because I remember having the Teen Vogue handbook, and Amy Astley was the editor-in-chief of Teen Vogue at the time. Then Camille Bidault-Waddington, she actually was in my jury for when I presented my bachelor's collection. She was there in our critique, and I remember she even posted a photo of my collection on her Instagram at the time. I believe it's still on there, but I think she had really liked it. And Kaora Tsukamato, I remember her as well. That is quite an era. But yeah, you have interesting people here. I love how books had these like short interviews as well. Tim Blank's, of course, very iconic. But yeah, what a beautiful book. One day I would love, my dream is definitely to go to Japan and visit some of her stores. I know there's a few or one symbolic one in Tokyo, obviously. I love going to Dover Street Market and seeing her booths there. And that's her team. I mean, that's the whole atelier. She always have so much respect for. This is her here. Everyone who works towards creating these fantastic silhouettes. There's a whole section in this book which is dedicated to fabric patterns. And there's also a part where they show the fabric tags, obviously the very infamous tags that she uses. It's funny because I'm wearing a Sacai sweater right now, and again, this juxtaposition of like multiple styles. So it is part silk from the sweater, but this is a very tight knit. And then you have like a very thin, kind of fringed silk blush pink at the sleeves and within the collar. I'm also wearing these Issey Miyake. Again, I think I've mentioned these Issey Miyake trousers. I'm trying to lower the light so you can see. And I wear very much not every day, but I have a few like this, and they're so comfortable. Again, from eBay. And this sweater, I remember I got it on the Real a couple of years ago. All right, but so yeah, I'm so happy I have this book back here, and we cannot wait to have obviously more furniture kind of inside the house, and yeah, for us to host, etc. Yeah, I'm glad I could share this book with you all. I think it's such a beautiful edition, and if you can get your hands on it, I really highly recommend it. This is typically the types of silhouettes that I love from her, and I know I could wear these pieces all the time. So special. But yeah, I cannot wait to go to Japan and look for even vintage, pieces. By the way, if any of you are into Chitose Abe, I would love if you could share some places you've been to in Japan where they sell, vintage, or if you guys have ever been to Japan. I would be so interested, because I'm kind of planning on a trip for next year, and I definitely am looking into having very niche designers and looking for archival pieces. That would be a very fun thing for me to do. But yeah, anyways, that was kind of me sharing this book, and highly recommend it. I think you could get it almost on like not stores, but places like eBay or stuff like that nowadays. But yeah, it's very cool. And it's a hardcover, so very sturdy. This is it. All right, so I wanted to show you a new vase that I got from a vintage store here in London. It's called Alfred's. It's in Hackney, I believe. So for those who can recognize, this is a little Alvar Aalto vase, and this is quite a small one. It's actually, I think it's the smallest size, and I got it there for a very good price. I think it was under £30. I think it was 25 if I'm correct, and they had a few different options, so I reckon you really check this place out. I think you will find really interesting designer objects, and it's very well sourced as well. So as you can see, I have this kind of branch here. It's actually jasmine. See, these are little jasmine buds. I hope that they flourish very soon, although you guys take your time, don't worry. I have enough water here. I hope they get plenty of sunlight in the morning, but it's so pretty and so elegant. I love seeing little buds like this. And these branches are so beautiful and lush looking. So if you can guess, I got this from outside. It was actually going all the way up, and I picked it up from out this window. This is our neighbors, obviously, but it was crawling all the way up here, so I just trimmed it, and obviously it will grow back. It's just a little trim. And I thought it was so beautiful in the bedroom. It's very relaxing to have that pocket of green here. Let me know what you think of this little vase, and if some of you have one or have the bigger size, etc. There's so many different sizes. I think they go up to, they can go fairly large. And for one of my best friend's 30th birthday, we got her the kind of large size. It's really beautiful. It's the clear transparent one, and this one is obviously white opaque. I still find it very elegant, and obviously in a vintage store you kind of you get what you find. That's kind of the idea, which is fun too. But other than that, I've not really acquired or gotten new things apart from the last vase that you saw, the Fritz Hansen. In my previous video, we've been kind of waiting for a sofa and our table that is coming in. That was our previous table from our previous apartment. And what else? I've been checking out a few different skincare brands. So I recently got a few Shiseido products. By a few I just mean two, but specifically their 50+ sunscreen and some cotton pads. So I will leave you with the next clip here with these two items.